Most people in the world struggling with mental health want to shut off their mind. I'm going to tell you the truth about this desire and what that really means and how we can actually go about turning off our mind. What is going on, guys? It's your boy Usman. I help people thrive in body and mind through movement and meditation. This is what it's about, guys. The movement is coming to planet Earth and we are growing. It's a beautiful time, and today we're talking about shutting the mind off. Now, why am I doing this? Why am I doing that? That's annoying, right? Well, here's the thing. Most people want to shut off their minds because their anxiety is just out of control. Maybe their thinking is ruling their minds, and that mental chatter that's taking place inside that head of yours. Maybe it's driving you crazy. Maybe it's annoying you. Maybe it speaks very unkindly to you. All I know is that I've been in that situation plenty of times before, and I know what it's like to have a mind that just won't stop or just won't let go of that one thought or one thing. So, how do we turn it off? Well, first things first, notice that your desire to turn your brain off is actually not realistic. Think about it like this. Sadhguru, an amazing guy whose videos I've been watching for a little while now, Indian mystic, he says and puts it very clearly like this. He says, listen, you want to turn your mind off. You want to turn your brain off. You want it to shut down. Some people would literally say, I want to shut down my brain. Well, think about the reality of that. What's the result that comes at the end of that? Death. Death. There is no human life without brain. Do you know what I'm saying? So that brain comes with a cost. It comes with a price. It comes with responsibility. With great power comes great responsibility. Spidey, gonna get you. Great power comes great responsibility. But most people in the world today don't want to take responsibility for their minds. And it's hard, I understand, because we live in a world that's so filled with desires and shiny objects, just very hectic, and our emotions can go up and down, and it ain't cool, ultimately. So, what do we do? Well, first of all, notice that your intention to turn off the brain is just like having the intention to turn off your heart. Like, this is what Sadhguru helped me realize. You're trying to turn off your heart, or you want to turn off your kidneys, or you want to turn off your lungs. Would you ever have that desire? Then why do you have the desire to turn off your brain? Well, the heart doesn't give you a hard time. The lungs don't give you a hard time. Your intestines don't give you a hard time. Well, maybe they do. I've been there too. But this is the thing, the mind can cause us trouble. But it's a relationship that we've got to develop. This seems to be one of the most beautiful things and deepest things of being human. That we can develop deep relationships with one another. Now, we also have to develop a strong relationship with ourselves. This human experience is kind of strange. We've got this I, but then we've also got myself. So when you can't live with yourself, the words that might take place in your mind could be, I can't live with myself. Now there's an I and there's a myself. There's an I that can't live with myself. So who are these two people? Where's this split? What's going on here? The human experience is more complex than the experience of an animal. Not saying that we're higher or lower, but it's just a lot deeper. And this mind, this ego, this thinking processor, supercomputer, can either be your best friend or your greatest enemy. And that's what life's about, guys, or at least that's a big part of life. It's about creating a better relationship with our minds. So you want to shut your mind down. You want to kill your mind because it's not obeying or because it's annoying you. That's not the way, guys. It's not the right solution. At least it's not realistic, just logically speaking. You can't shut your brain off. Otherwise, you'll die. So let's get that out of the way. And let's actually talk about how we can bring calmness and peace into the mind. Because it is possible. And I don't want this video to be a dampen on your dreams. to have freedom from anxiety, overthinking, stress, worry, depression, whatever it might be. You can actually be free from those things, but it's not in trying to force your mind to shut down. That's not where the answer is. That's not where you're going to find the solution. Instead, what you're going to find a solution in is understanding that you've got to develop a better relationship with thoughts. So, what even is a thought? Well, first of all, the nature of thoughts is worth observing. Thoughts come and thoughts go. Thoughts have a connection to feelings as well. And our feelings are largely influencing the choices that we make. So, in other words, if you create a better relationship with your thoughts, you make better choices. Your life experience just so happens to get 10 times better. And then you start loving your life, then you feel good. Maybe you start making better choices about your food. You start putting better, more nourishing, wholesome things into your body. Maybe you start investing more in your personal growth. You start choosing where to put your money. You invest in your own growth. You invest in a program that helps you learn to calm and master your mind. And that makes a tremendous difference to your life. Or maybe you choose to stop hanging around with people that have been feeding your demons. You know, we all have these relationships where we kind of just feeding our addictions and not really growing together. So understand the relationship between your thoughts, your feelings and your actions. Because really this cycle is what's driving and creating the life experience that you're having. You have a thought, you have a feeling, you make a choice. You have another thought, you have another feeling, and you make another choice. And it literally continues like this on and on and on. So let's go back to step number 1, which is thought, and create a different relationship with thought. Well, how do we do that? Understand and get to know that you are the observer of your thoughts, not the thoughts themselves. I used to be seeing a beautiful woman called Sophie, and she told me this one time. She said, you know, you're not your thoughts. You are not your thoughts. And that reminder just really empowered me in that moment, because I was really identified with my thoughts. Now, if you were really identified with your heart, and your heart beats all day, and it never gets tired, and it's never stopped, and it's never taken a break, then you'd feel a lot better about yourself, right? Or if you were more identified with your kidneys, and how they're functioning, and they've been doing a great job, or your bladder, you know, that's been doing a great job, then you'd feel really good about yourself. But you might be super identified with your mind, with your thinking, and most people are super identified with their thinking and their bodies. So instead of I am a mind, a body, a spirit, a heart, lungs, kidneys, everything else, eyes, ears, it just gets boiled down simply to I'm my thoughts, I am my body. And so you judge your thoughts and you judge your body, and it's never good enough. Do you know what I mean? Because your body will always have some kind of flaw, and your thought will always bring in something that's kind of negative, right? So we got to change our relationship with these thoughts. One of the most powerful things that I'll offer for you today, guys, is the concept of neutrality. Now, you'll learn a lot more about this in the Meditation 101 Tools for a Lifetime course. You can get the link for that in the description below, by the way. And what that's going to teach you is how to neutralize negative thoughts. So you experience a thought that comes into your mind. Let's say it comes in, any thought, whatever it is. Now, you either choose to define that thought as good or bad, positive or negative. Most of the time, if you class that thought as negative, what happens is that thought repeats. The ones that we charge with energy, especially negative energy, repeat more often. So here's the paradox. You want to get away from that specific thought, or you want to get away from that anxiety? That's the very thing that's going to keep it coming. The need to get away from makes it chase us. It starts chasing us. The demons start chasing us as we're running away. The dog can pick up on your fear and it will chase you down. Do you know what I mean? So we're kind of creating this experience for ourselves, this unpleasant experience of anxiety, high stress, overthinking, or an overwhelming mind. Now we can do the exact opposite by changing the relationship to our thoughts. Start to see thoughts just as thoughts, Understand that the ones that you class as negative and scary, even if they are very logical, even if it's a fear of the future that might seem possible, even if, just notice that those thoughts that you assign as negative are going to repeat much more intensely. They come back and back and back and back the more you resist them. So learn to accept the thoughts that come into your mind and know that you are not them. If you have a messed up thought, it doesn't make you a bad person. This is a completely different topic, but paedophilia, any kind of perverted, horrible thought, we all experience them. Stop acting like your mind is so clean. Stop acting like you don't judge anyone. Stop acting like you don't have crazy, dark, malicious, weird, perverted thoughts, because we all have them. And when you start to meditate and you sit down and you look within, you'll start to realize how many crazy thoughts are in your mind, but once you learn how to neutralize them, they don't bother you anymore. The thoughts don't bother you, it's just a mental chatter. And instead, actually, as I said before, with great power comes great responsibility. Once we neutralize our thoughts and we're no longer scared or anxious or trying to run away from them, then we can choose to put much more beautiful thoughts into our minds. Then we can choose to have intention through our days, so that we're not being puppeteered by the adverts and the smells and all of that, but instead we're choosing to live the life that we want to live. We're making the choice right now. We're making the choice in every moment. Do you know what I'm saying? That's what it turns into. You neutralize your thoughts so you're no longer afraid of them. And you can learn to do that in Meditation 101 Tools for a Lifetime, link in the description. And then it really stops bothering you what thoughts come into your mind or don't. So it stops being this kind of fight, this internal conflict. You know, if a thought comes into your mind and you don't like it, straight away inner conflict begins. And inner conflict is never a good thing, right? Or at least the only good thing about it is that it leads us towards overcoming inner conflict. But the conflict itself, it keeps us indecisive, anxious, scared, worried, stressed, not living in the present moment, just living in the future or the past. So we got to free up from this. Guys, the answer is not to shut down your mind, because that will kill you. Standard. The answer is to learn how to neutralize your thoughts and change the relationship to your thinking. Gain responsibility over this supercomputer, because it is your greatest gift, or it's your greatest enemy. That's up to you. We must maintain our mental health, for if we don't, we will suffer. We will suffer. This is the responsibility of coming to planet Earth as a human being. It's like, hey, take this amazing prize, this amazing tool that can do so many wonderful and powerful things, that can take you from one side of the planet to the other, but use it responsibly and learn how to manage it well, because this guy or this woman, that mind, can run out of control if you don't keep it in check. So we got to look after ourselves. We got to maintain ourselves. There's a free guided meditation in the link in the description. If you want to get started with something right away, get started with that. The free meditation is going to get you exposed to start experiencing inner peace within. But know this, a guided meditation is not going to change everything for you. It's all about you. You've got to be the one to empower yourself and make some real changes to your life, not just watch a YouTube video. So the Meditation 101 course and or the first 60 minutes of that course are available. The links are in the description below. If you check them out, you can get started with your journey today and really start taking those steps towards personal transformation. Lifelong change, not 6 weeks of a six-pack. Not getting fit and healthy for the summer and then turning into a slob over the winter. Not oscillating up and down between anxiety and depression and happiness and sadness. No, finding some stability, finding some long-term results, committing to a path that commits to you so that you can live the life that you want to live and experience life the way you want to experience it. I'm checking out, guys. that's the end of this video. My name is Usman. Make sure you check out that description below. There's links in there with beneficial content for you, courses and programs. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, ding ding dong, hit the notification bell so you get updated when I release new videos. And yo, if this helped you and you feel like someone that you know may benefit from this video, especially if they're trying to do the same thing as shutting their minds off, then share this video with them. Comment below if you felt it. Much love. Peace.